Chapter 15. Indian Pawns in War Plan. Captain Fraser, at a council of chiefs and warriors of the village of St. Regis on May 5, 1779, represented, as he told them, your great father at Quebec. Constantly calling the Indians my children, Fraser introduced the harangue. Before I speak for myself, I am to tell you that your great father at Quebec, whom I lately saw, salutes all your chiefs, warriors, and every person belonging to the village of St. Regis. I am next to salute you in the name of your father, Colonel Campbell, and I now tell you that I am myself very glad to see so many of your chiefs and warriors present and in good health, as I had heard that the bad fever which your brothers of Cucknawagna village brought from amongst the rebels had broken out in your village also. Fraser also told the Indians they, the rebels, think to stretch their arm across this great river between this place and Oswegatchie to prevent any boats passing up or down. He, Haldeman, has sent me, therefore, to desire that you will cut off the rebel's arm if he dares to bar the river with it. Oswegatchie is the best place to light our fire. I expect soon warriors from the other 6 villages. Fraser exhorted, keep fast hold of your father, the king's hand, who means to stand between them, the enemy, and your hunting ground, which they want to seize, and your wives and children, whom they wish to destroy. The rebels want to get hold of the little goods that are sent by the English for the Upper Indians. A chief replied, your children of St. Regis are very much alarmed at their present situation. They are but few in number, and they have made themselves a strong enemy by fighting for the King of England. That enemy has been long threatening us, and now our old father, the King of France, has written to us that he is coming to this country, and that he will destroy us and our children if we fight any longer against him. The chief then produced a letter written December 18, 1778, by the Marquis de Lafayette to the Indians of Canada, and remarked that from its blackness it seemed to have passed through many hands. Fraser promised, the first north wind will bring ships from England with goods for your use. Of Lafayette's letter, he said, if I were to take away every lie that paper contains, it would become as white as it is at present black. The chief answered, all the red children are very much discouraged. The nation near the rebels is obliged to do what they are ordered, and any messages to forbid them will have no effect while they do not see the king more strong. The Senecas, who have spilt so much of their blood for the king, are now afraid they have done wrong, and they are at a loss what to do to save themselves. The great father at Quebec was always desiring them to expose themselves, and saying he could assist them, they say now he is asleep, and that he suffers the rebels to draw nearer them, and to build new forts in their country unmolested. The 5 nations are brave men, but they are not strong enough to fight all the rebels alone. Our great father, therefore, would do well to send them succor soon, if he means to do it. The Oneidas and Tuscaroras have given up the king's pictures, which they had of Colonel Butler, into General Schuyler's hand, who cut them before their faces. The St. Regis Indians were saddened by the alleged defection of Chief Terrasse, who, according to their spokesman, brought us the letters you have read. He cannot be prevailed upon to stay here with his family, and since you will not let us take him, we have, as you desired, told him to go back to the rebels, but never to come again amongst us. Fraser reported to Haldeman on May 10th that 16 young Indians from St. Regis had just arrived at Fort Oswegatchie, being the whole that were fit for active service in the village, the rest not having returned from their hunting. Fraser suggested ways to safely transport badly needed provisions to the fort. In so great a distance as the bateaux have to pass between Lake St. Francis and this post, and that in general, under the bank of the river, a small scout of rebels might very easily surprise and destroy a convoy of provisions, unless escorted by a party on shore. The party, I think, would answer best if composed of soldiers and Indians, as the former could, in times of difficulty, give help in dragging the bateau up the rapids, and could keep regular guards at night, and the latter would look out for vestiges or tracks of any enemy in the day. Their keeping the north shore does not put the bateau in security, as the bark is so easily raised at present from the trees that any number of men with ease may make canoes and transport themselves across the river in 24 hours. If the gunboats which lie at present at Carleton Island were ordered to accompany the brigades between that port and this, it would put them in perfect security, as they are fully as navigable as the bateau, and both shores are almost level with the water, so that they could have a full effect on the enemy.